Now we go to Maine, where they are the latest state here that are trying to clamp down on food stamps, specifically what you can use them on. The governor there wants to ban people from using food stamps to buy junk food like soda, ice cream, potato chips, candy, and a whole lot more. So I asked the table, is it fair? Jeannie?
I do think it's fair. I think it's public money, and I think it's a health crisis in this country if you look at the way people eat. So I do think it's fair. If you're going to take public money, it can be restricted in terms of what you can and cannot buy.
Okay. I get if somebody wants to buy, a bottle of gin or something like that. But
I mean, within reason. I'm not going to say you can't buy cookies or something.
Soda?
Well, look at the mayor of New York City restricting the size of sodas.
Okay.
I mean, so
that's if you wanted to buy a vat of it. Okay,
well,
but my only point is, imagine. I mean, I was on a line at a supermarket where a person had to go through food stamps, and you could just see the person shrinking before your eyes about the humiliation some people have to go through when you go through.
And I don't think you can't buy a thing
now
of
you're
cookies,
telling them what they're allowed to drink in terms of soda or what they're allowed to eat in terms of food. I don't know. To me, I was just like, come on, is this really the best thing that you can use your time on?
Well, I'm not saying it's the best thing you can use your time on, but it is a public health crisis in this country.
You're quiet for once.
Let's be honest.
No, I'm quiet. You notice when I'm quiet. I'm quiet because I'm trying to figure out how to handle this. Because as the only one at this table that was on food stamps for a while, growing up, and not just for a little while. But I agree with the professor's assessment. People go to any bodega in the Bronx, the South Bronx, and look at what people spend when they walk in with their carts and spend the money that they're supposed to use to eat on junk food, stuff that's not good for them. People that perhaps, and I say this with love for my community, that could benefit from nutrition classes.
Okay, but you know what? You lived it.
And Kansas is also on the right track.
You lived it, but I spent some time with some people that had food insecurity. Translation, they were poor. And they were explaining, she had this box of cereal, whatever, and with 5,000% sugar and all the rest. She said, yeah, you think I can afford vegetables and fruits and all the rest? That stuff costs a heck of a lot more money than fast food and everything else.
And that's where I think you're right. And I think when you ask whether this is the best way to spend your time, there is a way in which to make healthy eating a lot more affordable for people, and that has not been done. So that would be a better way to spend time for everybody, food stamps or not.
I think this is garbage. I think for as many conversations as we hear about don't have the government tell me what to do or don't have the government make up my decisions for me. The only time it's acceptable is when somebody's on public assistance because you're too poor to know what to do right. So we're going to tell you what to do. We're going to tell you that you can eat X but you can't eat Y, and we're going to make that decision for you. Because look, you're on public assistance. You obviously don't have the heads or tails to be able to make that decision for yourself. I think it's garbage. And I think it's people sticking their nose into other people's businesses because in this case they can.
But
because some of my money went to that fund that went to the food stamps.
Public health crisis in this country?
We should be educating people. We should be trying to lower prices on healthier foods
I agree
to make
with
them
you.
more
I just
accessible to
said
everybody.
that. But why
don't stop people from making tough decisions on their own.
Jeannie, one second.
I agree with you. This should not be the be all and end all that you
No,
just
but here's my
people
point.
on food stamps, but
I
it's an
believe the
important
point
issue.
that you two guys made was thinking about the health issue. But do you really think that Maine governor and the rest were thinking about the nutritional needs of the people on food stamps? Or do you think they were doing just what Andrew said, who I agree with 100%? It was some easy soundbite that they were cracking down on those shiftless food stamps.
I really believe in Maine and Kansas that they're looking at the nutritional value, but there are certain things that you can't say in politics. Imagine a white elected official saying, we're going to crack down. They'd be called a racist.
In Maine, you don't have too much risk, right? Yeah.
Do you know how far food stamps will take you or how far they won't take you? And I know you have some experience with this.
I don't buy that argument. I don't,
because you're going to have to make some lousy decisions over the course of a month if you're going to make ends meet.
Andrew, you know why I don't buy? I know you got to go. You know why I don't buy that argument? Because I know, unfortunately, women that will have 4 and 5 kids just to get more food stamps, and they're getting more in food stamps than some of us collecting.
So you're going to hurt the other people because there's people who bend and break the rules to their own.
And Justice Act gives great close to this debate here. I say goodnight to the table. I'll have some Hudson Valley headlines right after this.